What's up guys, Solo here. I am here on my living room couch today because there's some work being done in my office, so this is where I'm going to be chilling. Thankfully that means I get to cuddle my dog while I work. Oh, speaking of, how does anyone get any work done on the couch? So yeah, I'll just do it from here. I'm here to talk about Wavebounce Side B. Now for those of you who don't know, wave bouncing is a method of completely reversing your momentum while keeping your facing direction. It's basically a B reverse where you don't change directions. Check out the video in the description if you want to know more about it. Some of you guys might have seen this around a little bit, so I can't call it exactly new tech, but it's relatively new and almost no Ikes are using it. I've only seen Ikes like Yez and Tope really incorporate this into their play, and I've been incorporating it as much as I can lately as well. If you do a Wavebounce Side B, and this is much easier than a normal wave bounce, because Side B is a directional move anyway, you can use Side B to reverse your direction, and then just do a normal B reverse. So it's actually a much less tight, difficult input than most wave bounces. So if you think this is outside of your realm of execution, you might actually be wrong about that. This is pretty doable. All you have to do is input a Side B in the opposite direction of the direction you want your Side B to eventually go, and then very quickly, there's like a tight window for this, tap in the opposite direction on your control stick, and you will see your character snap in the other direction, but not only that, you will completely reverse your momentum in the air. What this is going to do for you is create a very cool momentum-based landing mix-up that you can use both offstage and on stage. This also creates a really cool burst option. As you can see in the video here, if I don't wave bounce this quick draw to hit behind me, it hits on frame 24. But if I do wave bounce it, it hits on frame 17. That's a 7-frame difference. That's like a really big deal in terms of reactable burst options. Frame 24 is completely reactable, but frame 16 isn't. That's like right on the line. So we can actually get away with a burst option that's unreactable that we wouldn't have even had if we didn't know how to wave bounce. Most human reaction times in this game are to come out on frame 17 or 18. Not to mention that most characters only have one frame 1 option, which is shield, and that'll only come out if you're on the ground. Now if you use it offstage, there's actually quite a few applications to this, because you can become unpredictable in a lot of situations where normally you would be completely predictable. Let's take a quick break to check if we're subscribed to the channel. I would really appreciate if you guys would hit that button if you enjoy my content and want to see more like this. I also have a stream, so check that out if you want to. It's all in the description. This is really good for dodging edge guards and things like that. Situations where your opponent's going to go off stage versus you, this is going to make it very hard for them to get a bead on where your momentum is going, especially if you have a double jump. As well as creating a burst option that is much faster than people would expect you to have in areas where they wouldn't expect you to be able to cover. Now on stage, it's actually a really cool landing mix-up since you get to completely reverse your momentum and throw a hitbox at the area where your opponent would be trying to find you. You can actually snipe people's up airs and things and completely reverse situations with a really cool long distance air to air. So moves like this, it's gonna be a lot like Snake, right? Where we can use it to reverse our momentum on the way down. Ike is pretty bad at landing in general, so this is gonna give us one more tool in the toolbox, and I actually think it's very important to learn going forward now that Ike is getting more and more figured out in the meta. One important thing is to note how it interacts with plats. You can fake like you're gonna land on a platform, do this Wavebounce Quickdraw, dodge the plat, and then hit them trying to shark you. And that can be really, really good for reversing your momentum and landing. Everyone I've fought against who's seen it has been like, wow, I didn't know Ike had those kinds of mix-ups. That's a really cool piece of tech. I definitely think more Ike should be doing that. So try to incorporate it into your play. Practice it a little bit. I promise it's not as hard as you think. If you just put a couple minutes a day into the timing, it'll become like second nature like it is to me and Yez and Tope.